Vietnam is rapidly transforming from a cash is king economy to one that is mobile first, with digital wallets transforming daily commerce between consumers and merchants. With a large underbanked but young and tech-savvy population, fintech startup Momo is using technology to build an integrated digital payments ecosystem to provide greater access to payment solutions and financial services, moving beyond Vietnam's urban centres and into its provinces. Chairman Anthony Thomas shares how Momo addresses financial inclusion in Vietnam through its super app strategy.
Vietnam has been a strong economic growth story, even pre-COVID. And even during COVID, it's been one of the few economies which has had positive growth. But what's more important is the vibrant digital economy. If you look at the pillars of that digital economy, you look at e-commerce and you look at the marketplaces, whether it's Lazada or Tiki or Sendo, or even Facebook, where a lot of commerce today happens, Momo helps in consummating those transactions because it solves the problem of access to digital payments. But beyond online, what we've done is we've gone offline and provided contactless QR solutions. Again, high-frequency daily life use cases, supermarket, convenience store, coffee chains, and the like. But what we're now doing is also working with some of the smaller merchants and providing vouchers in a voucher marketplace to drive traffic to those merchants, or providing services like mini apps where you can host your app within Momo. So that's how we're trying to bridge the gap between consumers and merchants in the digital economy. Momo, along with other digital wallets and platforms, have been trying to build that image of a super app, essentially a place where all services can be accessed at one place. Everything from topping up your mobile phone, to paying bills, to peer-to-peer transfers, whether it's wallet to wallet or wallet to bank. A lot of the online and offline merchant use cases that we talked about going into lifestyle, so travel, cinema, and the like. So here's where our vision is really to be the homepage for consumer services in Vietnam. And today we already have the widest range of services available. If you think about the experience that we provide, we have done this over years where we have integrated directly with banks, not necessarily relying on common infrastructure. We've done that with utilities, we've done that with merchants. And what that does is it allows us to control and provide a wonderful user experience. It also allows us to keep the cost structure low so that we can ultimately create access for a lot of consumers. We have a tech-savvy young population, but they tend to be urban-centered. And if you look at the financial services providers, they also need to meet certain economic thresholds before they target the larger population. So where Momo and platforms like us help is that we have a strong identity of the customer, and we have this at scale for tens of millions of customers in Vietnam. We also have great insights into their daily lifestyle, which help in opening up credit. We also have operational capability where we can help financial services provide disperse loans or collect loans in an efficient way. The other aspect of this is the regulatory environment, and the regulator has now been taking several steps in the right direction, enabling eKYC, allowing mobile money providers to not necessarily link a bank account, so we hope that that will be extended to digital wallets as well, and even evolve the thinking around agents, because as much as you require people to have bank accounts, you also have to create distribution where people can easily put money into those accounts. So we see three areas of opportunity. One is in providing access to financial services with wealth management, where even at 10,000 dong, now consumers across Vietnam have access to something that gives them a yield of, say, 4.5%. The second area of opportunity we think is with providing merchant solutions for the long tail of merchants. Because what we started with were the big players, the convenience stores, supermarkets, etc. Now we're going to provide solutions like offering vouchers for redemption, which helps drive traffic, or local discovery for food and beverage merchants. The third area of opportunity for us is in going beyond the urban centers of Ho Chi Minh, Hanoi, and maybe the first 5-6 cities. And that's where we think that transferring money from the urban center to provincial areas, but also even within the provincial areas to allow peer-to-peer payments, because that builds the network effect and it increases adoption, and then it begins to solve a problem for the larger population.